pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And right away, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
So a nice throw right there. And this, we all know, a big test for this young man at quarterback. He guided his team into the playoffs as a wild card. Now here he is on the road looking to get his guys to the second round. It's certainly a tough task no matter how you slice it.
Oh, I absolutely agree 100%. And while no one around the franchise is going to, co-sign on what I'm about to say, because all they're focused on is winning this game. But let's face it, partner, no matter what happens in this one, they've got their quarterback to build their roster around for the future. That's got to feel good for everyone associated with this team.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? McCaffrey. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good.
Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
Here's Smith to return it.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford. It's complete to Fuller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here. Josh Allen in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, LA! Will Fuller, 56 yards, and the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now back to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
He'll buy some time right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agreed that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference style. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Tremble as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7.
Panthers 10, Rams 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
On the return, here's Hall.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line
as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
These two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Here's Smith to return it.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
They'll run on first down. Akers, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the 50, it's Stafford.
He'll dump this off to Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On first down, Stafford here. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Stafford on first down.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And 6 at the Panthers' 25-yard line.
Throwing again is Stafford. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Derek Brown forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Gay's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
pulls it in at the 13.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their three-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a three-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
A gain of a yard brings up second and
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
They'll set up a throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
at the 28-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. And the Panthers first down.
Back now here on EA Sports. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Touchdown, Panthers. Corey Davis, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
17, Rams 10.
is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Smith to return it.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, first and 10. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
At the 16-yard line.
Say 50. Bring it. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
To throw is Stafford. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
What do you got? Mike 7.
Here's Stafford. And he's got his target, Harris. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Check 50.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 7.
59 Mike. Check. 59. Let's go, tight end. Let's go. 10. Mike, check. 59. 10. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Show it. Mike's 5'9.
Stafford. It's brought in by Harris. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. Now a toss running left, Akers. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
He's got Higbee complete right side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now it's Stafford. He gets it complete to Harris. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Now Stafford. He's got it.
And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Big stop, dude. Big stop. Let's go. 53. Ready.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
He'll drop to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Stafford. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin.
And he'll be taken down, as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Stafford now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Derek Brown picks up his second sack of the afternoon. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Now, I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends